Hey guys, so let's talk about the path that our eyes take to get to the release window. So remember, we keep the eyes relaxed by keeping them moving. So we talked yesterday about how we scan the field. We keep them moving from the pitcher to the second baseman if I'm a righty. So seeing the ball out of the hand is not something that we're straining our eyes to do. It's not something that we work hard to do. It's something that happens, right? But it's something that we need to get really good at if we're going to start identifying the cues and the direction of the pitch. So when you ask the hitter their process and how they get their eyes to the release window, they can't tell you. They don't know. And you know what? It's not their fault. So the concept of seeing the ball out of the release window is almost non-existent to them. And then the next thing you know, the ball speeds up on them, and then their process is rushed, and they start struggling. So in order to get really good at this, really good at seeing the ball and seeing the ball out of hand and seeing cues and seeing direction, you have to make it a priority. And then you need to identify what you need to do against this particular pitcher. Because again, every pitcher is different. They all have a different arm slot. So there's a path that we end up taking to get to the release window different for the guy that's over the top, the guy that's high 3/4, and the guy that's low 3/4. So you have to read the pitcher. You have to understand his arm slot. You have to understand, okay, this is the strategy that I'm going to take to get my eye to that release window. So here's the path that I tell our guys to go through to start moving their eyes to that release window. Now, remember, prior to the pitcher becoming set, we are scanning our eyes between the pitcher and the second baseman, just going back and forth. If I'm a righty, if I'm a lefty, I'm going from pitcher to shortstop. And then when he comes set, now we bring our eye to his feet. The one thing to remember, I talk a lot with our hitters about reading the pitcher, studying the pitcher. So when we watch the pitcher, we are trying to identify cues that tells us what pitch he's going to throw. So we start this process when we're watching pitchers, it's from their feet and work up. There are things that pitchers do subconsciously that we can pick up either consciously or subconsciously, which ultimately create this feeling that you get, kind of this sixth sense of what's coming. So now, the path that the eye takes, again, is dependent upon the arm slot of the pitcher. So when you're watching the pitcher and formulating a plan on how you will move your eyes to the ball, you got to take that in consideration, that the arm slot matters. So now we're taking our eyes, we're looking at their feet, and we're going to follow their leg lift up until you get to that shoulder. So you're going to follow, look at the feet and work your way up. And he lifts his leg, and then you're going to that shoulder. And then the next thing you know, he's going to get that foot down and start turning. And we tell guys, we're going to start imagining when that shoulder gets down, we're going to start working our way to the other shoulder, to the elbow, to the ball. So it goes feet, leg, shoulder, elbow, ball. So that's the process that our eyes go through to be able to get to that window. And you know what? This process works really well. But at least to get them working on a process that they need to be able to get to the ball. And the eyes are moving gradually, but your eyes have to move ahead of the baseball. So your eyes have to get to that release window before it gets released. But the process, the uniform process of your eyes moving up and working over and meeting that ball is what you need as a hitter. And once you start doing that, you start becoming very comfortable with your process, and you become very comfortable looking at a space where there's nothing at. Like you taking your eyes off the pitcher, freak guys out. So taking your eyes off the pitcher and meeting a ball in space, it's game changer. And so what I do when I start working on guys with this, we start really slow. I'll sit down on a bucket and throw, and I just have them say, hey, look, I want you to go from shoulder when I get to here, and that shoulder elbow ball. And you can see, like when I'm close to them, I'm probably like 20 feet away. I can see their eyes moving. And you can tell when they're getting it by the pitches that they swing at and the pitches that they're taking. You could tell that they're seeing the ball really well, seeing it early, seeing it long, and making better decisions. Now, the process then we'll move back and I'll go into a normal batting practice and we'll go through that same process. And again, you can tell by the pitches that they're swinging at, the pitches that they're taking. And then we eventually go into the live throwing. So something I tell my hitters that if you want to be really good, don't waste time. They need to work on this process when they are playing catch with their partner. You guys play catch every single day. You guys can work this eye path to that release window every single day. When I learned how to do it, it was a game changer. Now, when I play catch with somebody or when I get in the box, and I don't get in the box much anymore, I don't play. But when I play catch, my eyes naturally want to work to the release window. And I can see the ball and I know where it's coming. And, I'm getting older, so my eyes aren't as good, but I can see where the ball is coming directionally, so I'm ready for it. It never feels like someone's throwing it up on me and it's speeding up on me, okay? So we got to find a path that your eyes move to get to the release window. If you do this enough, if you make it a priority, you'll start seeing that ball early, long, and then deep we'll talk about another time, but you'll start seeing that ball early, long, and you'll start making much better decisions. So I hope this makes sense. This is a huge part of being a great hitter. Seeing the ball, having a visual strategy, and making meaning of it. So, once again, while I got you here, I got to ask you, are you ready to hit at the next level? Click the link in the bio and download the scorecard, and I'll show you where you're at and where you need to go. And if you want to get better and improve that score, text me ASAP and let's get you to the next level.